Hey everyone, I'm Joanna from Guardline Security.
And I'm Simon from Guardline Security.
And today we're teaming up to show you 3 tips on how to best mount your Guardline sensor. Keep watching.
My tip on installing your outdoor motion sensor is to have a plan B. A lot of times, people are married to the idea that the first spot they want to put their sensor is the only spot it can go, and that's just not true. In fact, sometimes you're hamstringing yourself, limiting your options. It's good to go into this with a couple different ideas of where you could put that sensor, especially considering that a really great way to utilize the Guardline system is with 2 sensors on the same driveway. That's because people, small vehicles, larger vehicles, and really large vehicles like trucks and buses and whatnot, all are taking up different parts of the range of your sensor. So having 2 sensors on the same driveway isn't out of the ordinary. But having 2 spots where you could put your sensor is a great way to start out, because then if your first spot is missing some of the traffic you're looking for, you have another option right away that you've already thought about. It's nothing that's going to be confusing. You've considered it already. That's my big tip. Have a plan B, avoid the frustration.
Okay, so here's my tip. Don't touch the dip switches. Now, if you're that type of person who's read the manual, who's gotten your sensor set up, it's communicating just fine with your receiver, you're ready to put it out on the tree, that's great. You might be tempted to adjust the dip switches on the back of the sensor and really customize it so that it works just how you want it to. That's perfectly fine, but we recommend that first you get your sensor mounted and positioned properly so that it's communicating to your receiver every single time a car goes by, every single time a person goes by. And then, if it's not working at the settings that you'd like, then go ahead and adjust those dip switch settings. So, as a recap, set your sensor up first, make sure it's working well, then if you need to, adjust those dip switch settings.
Here's my tip for you guys. You want to check your angle of your sensor. Now the reason I say this is because people call in and say, my sensor's not detecting my car or the UPS truck driving by. And I always say, you want to make sure your sensor's angled at a position so it's looking at the front or the back of the vehicle. Now why is that? Well, these sensors right here, these run off of heat and motion, so it does need both to go off. So let me demonstrate how this is going to work. Most people will have their sensors on their driveway pointing straight across, just like that. Now you're going to have a car drive by like this. This is my UPS truck, and it sometimes will get the front of the vehicle, but depending on how quick they're going, it usually will try to hit the side right here, and that's not going to pick it up. So what you want to do is angle your sensor at a 45-degree angle so it looks down or up your driveway. That way when this UPS truck drives by, bam, it's looking at the front of the vehicle. And that's how you want to do that. And when it leaves, it's going to drive by, bam, it's going to hit the exhaust pipe. And that's what's going to cause your sensor to go off. So make sure you check your angle.
We just showed you 3 tips on how to best mount your outdoor driveway sensor. Number 1, have a plan B.
Number 2, don't touch your dip switch settings until after you've already mounted your sensor and got its positioning just right.
Which brings us to number 3, check your angle. You may notice that none of these are actual how to drill in your back plate or anything like that, because what we really want you to think about is how the sensor works. It's an eye that looks out towards the motion you're trying to pick up. So by thinking about these 3 tips, you're really going to have your head in the right place when setting this up.
So if you have any questions or any tips for us on what you think is the best way to mount your sensor, comment down below. We love to hear from our customers. If you have any questions, always don't hesitate to contact us at info@guardlinesecurity.com. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and stay safe out there. Bye!